Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
I think so too. You know, you all have given us a really interesting mix of sources this time.
It's true, lots to cover.
Yeah, it's all about modern medicine.
Okay, interesting.
We're talking those cutting-edge breakthroughs,
Yeah.
that life-saving tech.
Right.
But also some serious questions about the costs,
Oh, of course.
access, and how the whole system actually works.
Mm.
It's fascinating. But it is complicated.
It really is.
We're going to unpack all of it for you today.
It really is a paradox, isn't it?
What's that?
We're living in this age of medical marvels, but
Yeah.
things that would have seemed like pure science fiction just a few decades ago.
Totally.
But those very marvels are becoming increasingly out of reach for millions of people.
Right.
That's the core tension we're going to explore.
Right. It's like we're on this rocket ship of medical progress, but then, bam,
Haha, yeah.
we slam right into the cost barrier, and it's leaving a lot of people behind.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. But first, let's talk about that rocket ship.
Okay, let's do it.
Some of the stuff in these sources is seriously mind-blowing.
Like what?
We're talking MRI, CT scans, like being able to see inside the human body with incredible detail.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And the treatments.
I know.
Targeted cancer therapies that act like guided missiles, zeroing in on the bad cells while leaving the healthy ones unharmed.
That's right.
Robotic surgery with unbelievable precision.
Amazing.
I mean, it's like something out of Star Trek.
Truly. It's a truly revolutionary time for medicine.
I think so.
Those targeted therapies, for example, are a game changer, really.
How so?
Unlike traditional chemotherapy, which affects the whole body, you see,
Right.
these treatments are designed to attack only specific cancer cells, minimizing the damage to healthy tissue.
Oh, wow.
That means fewer side effects
That's great.
and better outcomes for patients.
And there's gene editing.
Oh, don't even get me started. It's incredible.
It's really sci-fi.
With technologies like CRISPR that have the potential to actually correct genetic defects, before they even cause disease.
Whoa.
We're talking about potentially eradicating inherited diseases like cystic fibrosis or Huntington's, changing the future for generations to come.
Okay, when I read about these advancements, it seriously blows my mind.
I know, right?
It's incredible. We were living in a sci-fi movie.
We are.
But then we hit that brick wall we were talking about, the cost.
Oh, yeah.
The World Health Organization report you sent states that every year, about 100 million people are pushed into poverty because of healthcare expenses.
It's true.
That's just shocking.
It is. It is a staggering statistic.
It really is.
And to understand why this is happening, we need to look at the bigger picture
Okay?
of healthcare costs and why they've exploded in recent years.
That makes sense. So why is that?
One major factor is the sheer cost of research and development
Mm-hmm.
needed to create these cutting-edge drugs and technologies.
Right.
These advancements don't come cheap.
Makes sense.
Then you have an aging population that requires more care. And let's not forget about the administrative costs within the healthcare system itself.
Ugh, the paperwork.
That bureaucratic maze that drives up the price of your care.
Oh, I know.
It's a complex web of factors.
This cost crisis isn't unique to the U.S., but the data shows we're facing some particularly tough challenges here.
It's true.
The Kaiser Family Foundation study you included says that nearly 1 in 4 Americans struggles to pay for their medications.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. Why are costs so much higher here in the U.S. compared to other developed countries?
There's no easy answer to that question.
I figured.
It's a tangled web of factors.
Yeah.
We need to unravel it
So what do we know?
to understand what's driving these costs up.
Okay.
But one key insight that jumps out from these sources is this. The U.S. system lacks the government negotiation power seen in other developed nations.
Okay, interesting.
Allowing pharmaceutical companies to set companies are more likely to prescribe brand name drugs even when generics are just as effective and much cheaper.
Wait. So doctors are getting kickbacks for prescribing expensive drugs. It's like a bad infomercial.
Uh-huh.
Call now and we'll throw in a free set of steak knives.
Yeah.
It feels like profits are being put ahead of patients.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's important to remember, though, that the relationship between doctors and pharmaceutical companies is complex. While financial incentives can certainly influence prescribing practices,
Yeah.
we shouldn't paint the entire industry with a broad brush.
Right.
There are many dedicated professionals working tirelessly to develop life-saving treatments.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But the potential conflict
Yeah.
between profit motives and patient well-being
Yeah,
is a
Yeah.
significant factor that needs to be addressed.
for sure.
Transparency is key here.
Transparency for sure.
Right.
You're right. It's not fair to generalize.
Right.
But this whole conversation is making me wonder,
What's that?
what does this all mean for us, the patients?
Right.
We've got these amazing medical advancements on one hand,
Mm-hmm.
but these huge systemic issues around cost and ethics on the other.
Yeah.
It feels kind of overwhelming, to be honest.
It is. It's definitely a lot to process.
Yeah,
But understanding these complexities is the first step towards navigating the healthcare system effectively.
right.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
I've heard that.
And these sources you've shared give us a great starting point.
Absolutely. So where do we go from here?
That's the question.
What can we as individuals actually do about this?
Right.
It feels like such a big, complicated system.
That's a great question, and there are definitely things you can do.
Okay.
First and foremost, be an informed consumer.
Okay.
Do your research.
Got it.
When your doctor prescribes a medication, ask if there's a generic alternative available.
That's a good idea.
Generics often have the same active ingredients as brand name drugs, but can cost significantly less.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
And don't be afraid to get a second opinion.
Right.
If you're facing a major medical decision, it's always a good idea to consult with another doctor
Mm-hmm.
to get a different perspective.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
We often just take what the doctor says at face value.
It's easy to.
But we have a right to ask questions and understand our options, especially when it comes to cost.
Absolutely.
We need to advocate for ourselves.
Exactly. And if you're struggling to afford your medications, don't suffer in silence.
Right. There may be assistance programs available that can help talk to your doctor or pharmacist about options.
Okay.
You can also look into online resources and patient advocacy groups that can provide guidance and support.
Wow, there's a lot out there.
There is.
That's really reassuring to hear.
Right.
It's easy to feel powerless in the face of these big systemic issues.
For sure.
But knowing that there are steps we can take as individuals makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And beyond individual action, we can also advocate for change on a broader level.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Support policies that promote transparency in drug pricing and healthcare costs.
Okay.
Push for greater access to affordable healthcare for everyone.
Yes.
These issues affect all of us.
Yeah,
So it's crucial to make our voices heard.
it really is.
Contact your elected officials, join advocacy groups, and participate in public forums
Okay.
to raise awareness and push for meaningful change.
It feels like there's a lot of work to do, both individually and as a society.
This deep dive has definitely opened my eyes to just how complicated the world of healthcare is,
Yeah.
but also how much power we have as patients to navigate it effectively and advocate for a better system.
I think that's a key takeaway here.
It is.
Yes, the complexities are undeniable,
They are.
but amidst all the challenges, there's also incredible hope.
Oh, good.
Medical science is advancing at a rapid pace,
Yeah.
and we have the potential to solve some of the most pressing health problems facing humanity.
Well, that's exciting.
But to realize that potential, we need a healthcare system that is both innovative and equitable,
I agree.
one that prioritizes patient well-being alongside scientific progress.
It's a bit of a roller coaster ride, isn't it?
It is.
From, wow, we can cure this, to, wait, can I even afford this?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But you're right, there's still so much to be hopeful for.
Yeah, it is a roller coaster. But that sense of hope, that's what I want you to walk away with today.
Oh, yeah.
We've only just scratched the surface here. These sources are just a starting point for your own exploration.
It's true. It's like these articles have given us a key
Yeah.
to unlock this whole other world of knowledge about medicine, healthcare,
Right.
and the forces at play.
Mhm.
And now it's up to us to keep exploring, keep asking those questions,
Exactly.
and keep pushing for a system that works for everyone.
Exactly. What are the questions you'll now ask your doctor? How will you approach your own healthcare decisions? What actions will you take to advocate for positive change?
Yeah.
Those are the things I hope you'll ponder after this deep dive.
Wow. That's A perfect note to end on. It's not just about the facts.
It's not.
It's about what we do with them.
Exactly.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. And to be honest, I feel more empowered, to take action,
Right.
make informed decision about my own healthcare.
That's what it's all about. Knowledge is most valuable when it sparks action.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.